are back. Bryson, NFL Week 3. I am Ryan Ribeiro, joined by my good friend Bryson Stricker. Oh, that way. We are back, NFL Week 3. It's been a damn near a full year, Bryson, since you and I did this show together. Just us two. Without the celebrities, without the former athletes, without members of this team filling in for me while I was on vacation, saying that they wanted to replace me. So it's been a while. How you doing, man?
Good. I will say, I think a full year might be really aggressive. Like, it's been 8 months.
I said damn near.
I'm not sure I'm going to say 8 months is near a year. I'm not sure I'm going to agree with that.
Damn near is different. Gives me a range. Near.
I guess if you say,
then it narrows.
Okay. Nonetheless, though, yeah, it feels good to be back, man. And like, I don't know if you're aware. I imagine you were tuned in last week. We were one leg away from being one leg away last week. We were one leg away from being one leg away. And that was cool. And I'll say this, not going to name names, but my anytime touchdown picks were not what lost. That's what I'll say.
I will say Chris Olave, which was one of the legs that did lose, caught a 13-yard pass, got tackled at the 3?
Yeah, and also, like, first or second drive, dropped a touchdown. Like, dropped it, like, straight drop. Ruled drop by the NFL.
Yeah, that's a different variable you got to deal with Chris Olave now. Does he go to the medical tent, or does he drop a pass, or does his quarterback just not get him a catchable ball? We'll see. Like we said, it is NFL Week 3. We're getting people in here in the chat. Kyle Maska, let's do it this week. Trey Johnson, 94, sounds like a money day. Jubilant Toad said hello 3 times. And then Skillful Fish said dog money on the Bears today. I think that might be the play. Will I give that out as my own thing? Probably not. KB225, Tyler Warren. That's a good way to get into what we do on this show every single week, which is build an anytime touchdown lay. But before we do that, let's take a look at the most bet touchdown scores over at DraftKings Sportsbook. I believe I know who number 1 is. Yeah, Bijan Robinson. Minus 200. You guys got Bijan last week, and he didn't score miraculously somehow, but you guys got Bijan last week at the most appetizing price, maybe all season, that we will see.
It's nuts that his price became undigestible after not scoring, which is just like insane. That's like, that is not how the math's supposed to work on that. But yeah, no, my honest takeaway, and like, we don't need to spend too much time talking about Falcons football, but it's like, dude, they use Tyler Algier too much. I see too much Tyler. I see too much 25 on the field, bro. And like, as someone that needed Bijan to get one more catch or score a touchdown, didn't really care which, I saw way too much 25 on the field, man. And because of that, I ain't never laying minus 200 on Bijan. Believe that.
I tend to agree with you. I will also say, if you remember, before the season started, Bijan said that he views him as like a 1B to his 1A. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to see that. The rest of this board, Saquon, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, CeeDee Lamb, who leads the league, I believe, in receptions, has not scored a touchdown all year. Bucky Irving, Christian McCaffrey, Mike Evans, who has also yet to score for the Buccaneers, Jordan Mason, who's taking over for the injured Aaron Jones over in Minnesota, and Justin Jefferson. With that said, we got a ton of people in the chat. I think it's time to start building this slate. What do you think, Brian?
Let's do it. I got to say, somehow, some way, a fly has gotten into my room. And this is setting the vibe in such a horrible place right now. Horrible place. But let's fucking cook.
Yeah. Let's do it. I'll read some options from the chat. I'm just gonna do us all a favor. I'm gonna skip over the Browns Packers game. I don't know if it's a part of the country bias for me, but I looked at this game when I woke up this morning, and it's probably the ugliest game on the slate. Would you agree?
Yeah, no, I agree, because like the Packers are obviously way better, but they're both like, the Browns would like turn football games like really ugly because they're pretty good on defense, but their offense is so hideous that it's just their defense tries to overcompensate. And then it's like the Packers are good, but it's like, at times they play some ugly football. And so, that's just a no-go for me. No-go.
We are getting some good stuff in the chat. I will say Corey Ellis, CeeDee Lamb. Somebody else dropped CeeDee Lamb in here. Give me 1 sec. I found it. Trey Johnson, 94. CeeDee and Mike Evans are so due. This is what I will say about I want to get to the Mike Evans portion because we're on the Jets Buccaneers here. I know he's on the most bet list, Bryson, but like, is there a world where Mike Evans doesn't finally score today?
I don't disagree with you because also too, I think Ibuka on a snap restriction, snap count.
Yeah, he's banged up. He's banged up. He's got a hip injury.
Yeah, I think I can vibe with that. And can I give another great take?
Give it to me.
Why is Bucky Irving at the top of this list?
Yeah,
that makes no sense to me. He didn't score. Didn't White score last week?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Is that minus 105 or minus 165?
Minus 105. Minus 105.
Okay, I was saying that was a 6.
You gotta hit the plus button on your laptop, bro.
I'm on Zoom, bro. I'm on Zoom because I got my new living room.
It looks beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like Evans. I like Evans. He's going to get a really high target share. I admittedly haven't dove into my like catch a pass first drive markets, but I mean, Mikey's getting a catchy wetchy first drive today. You best believe
I think Mikey's getting a ton of catches today. I will agree with you there. We're getting some other stuff in here. Quinshawn Junkins from Cullen 311. I think it's probably still too early. I also say, like, I said it before we got into this. I don't want to do anything from Packers Browns. I just think that's an ugly game. DK King 500 also said Golden anytime touchdown. I don't think we can. I mean, Matthew Golden is just not seeing the ball the way that everyone thought he was going to see the ball. I don't think we can go there.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs was dropped in here. Andrew House says, "Let's get to the point here." Jesus,
dude, can I say something? I'm gonna skip ahead.
Andrew House wants us to get to the point.
I'm gonna skip to something, bro. Tez Johnson scored a touchdown today. Are you aware of that? Tez Johnson. Do you know who Tez is?
I'm aware. Or former Oregon wide receiver, yes. But we're not picking him over Mike Evans, dog.
No. I'm saying it, bro. Look at it. 13-1. Look at it.
13-1,
dude. You're telling me that Ibuka's hurt and the Bucks are at home and Tez ain't seeing the rock one time? Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not putting that in the parlay, obviously, but I'm just saying that might be that's a skip ahead. That's one of my best bets. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Nick Stradamus said, "You want to win? Let Nico Collins spin." I mean, we got a poet.
That's a good one. That's a good line. That is a good line.
Do we feel like we have to give it to him because of that, or
I don't know. Texans stinky winky.
They do stink. Bagel and Locks showed something earlier that I wanted to. Oh, he said, "What if I told you Kyle Pitts scores a 6-pointer today?"
Yeah. See, the thing is with Bagel and Locks, let me tell you this. There's one thing I've learned from working with brother. We take his pick, it's going to lose. We don't take his pick, it's going to hit. So it's like, it's just really like, which situation? Do you want him to be mad at you because we ignored his pick for a 1,000th week in a row and it hit? Or do you want to tail him, pick loses, and then you have to yell on it? It's just it's a shitty situation to be in, but that's the situation.
We'll see if we need Kyle Pitts. How about that? I will say I feel like we've got to get a touchdown scorer in from this game, no?
I mean, dude, Saquon was on the list. Why is Jalen Hurts on the list? Why is Jalen Hurts on the list? Yeah, they're gonna call the tush push more strict. Yeah, they still gonna tush push. They still pushing tush over there.
They are still pushing tush. I will also say they've made no like effort whatsoever so far this year to throw the ball downfield. They're going to run, and that includes with Jalen Hurts.
Yes, agreed.
I don't know. I feel like we could potentially get into a situation where we might want to take Jalen Hurts out of this, just because, again, that front four of the Rams has gotten significantly better than what they were last year, a la when Saquon ran for 200 yards against them both times. But I think that Jalen Hurts is. I just think they're not interested in throwing the ball with it.
Agreed.
Falcons, Panthers. Do we have anything? I will say I've gotten a lot in this chat regarding CeeDee Lamb and DJ Moore. I feel like we should jump to this Cowboys game, and then we can kind of work our way back if we want to. I think.
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec. I gotta control F this thing. All right, here we are. This is an interesting one. I understand why people are in on CeeDee Lamb. I do. He hasn't caught a touchdown pass yet. That makes a lot of sense to me. George Pickens?
Can I give a really good take? Why are there 7, almost 8 Bears helmets on there and 4 Cowboys helmets? What has this? Has DraftKings watched the Bears play? They stinky. Mind you, they're going to win today. Don't get me wrong. They're going to win today.
Yeah,
but like
they probably are.
4 Cowboys and 8. I'll say this. I genuinely do not think you can go back and find any team except maybe the Eagles that the Cowboys have played, and this was the touchdown scores ratio. I'm serious. Like,
yeah.
At what point can anytime?
I think you're probably right.
That's insane. I will say, the Cowboys, like Javonte Williams is still plus cheddar, right? Like, that's still kind of like they be handing bro the ball down, and Dak don't be sneaking, no sneaky. So they just hand the ball.
Yeah, he does not sneak.
No sneak.
Can I just, because I haven't seen anyone say. I will also say this: there are 2 wide receivers tied for the most targets in the end zone. So balls thrown in the end zone to them. One of them is Devontae Adams. The other one is George Pickens. I'm okay to not do George Pickens, but I'll say this, and I think everyone has forgotten about this guy, and I feel like it's fine, but you know, Bryson, that once this guy starts catching touchdowns, he's not going to be plus 270 anymore. CeeDee Lamb's running the outside. George Pickens is running the outside. You're getting a lot of attention there. And what ball does Dak Prescott like to throw a lot? The seam to Jake Ferguson.
See me to Fergie. Isn't Fergie engaged to Cavender now? Isn't that a thing?
He is, yeah. You might change his last name.
Bro's got to get in there. Bro's getting in the box. Put him in. Here's the thing. Here's what I'll say about Jake Ferguson. He watched Carson Beck win a huge football game against Florida last night. There's no way he wasn't on the phone with his fiance this morning and her telling him, you got to outperform that. You got to do better than that. We can't have that storyline going into this week. You know? I agree. That's the greatest handicap of all time, if you ask me. I agree.
I appreciate that. I do. I really. Somebody just hopped in the chat who I hadn't seen, Bryson. You want to guess who it is?
G. Smith, baby. My boy.
G. Smith.
My boy.
You want to take a guess at who he suggested we take?
I mean, there's only one person he could have suggested. There's only one. The Trey McBride. And you're not going to have to convince me. Has he scored yet this year?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, brother. Parlay's done. We cooked.
I will say it is crazy that we're in a situation at plus 220. Like that's I know we do this all the time. Like I know we do, but like that's for a guy who gets as many targets as he does.
Agreed.
That's insane.
Agreed.
Can I make one point? I feel very uneasy about Jalen Hurts. And maybe it's the freest leg of all time, but I just feel uneasy about it.
Yeah,
I get a weird feeling it's a low-scoring game.
Yeah, I mean, you can always put a 5th leg in there, and then we can do some addition by subtraction. We can keep all 5. We can, the world's our oyster. Can I actually give you a great take? Okay, this is actually a great take, but a horrible take, especially given we spent 2 minutes talking about why we weren't going to bet this game. Like, why don't we put Josh Jacobs in there? Bro scores.
The chat also said that. The chat apparently he's going for
scoring.
He's got a touchdown streak going too. So there's
that's what I'm saying. It's like, and Jalen's only like 30 cents better. Like it's like, and we're gonna be like 40-1 with Josh Jacobs in there, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, damn near.
That brother scores.
no concern that the Browns held Derrick
I
Henry
have concerns
last week.
I have concerns.
Okay.
No, I have concerns. I just said bro be scoring. And I'll tell you this though, like I don't think it's fair to like cross compare because it's not like I mean, Derrick Henry didn't like really get like stuffed to like the 3-yard line last week. He just like got stuffed. You know what I mean? He got shut down, would be my take. Chase Brown scored on the
Yes.
Browns.
Can I? Yeah, but Chase Brown's a different. It's a different avenue of scoring. He's not nearly like Josh Jacobs and Derrick Henry. While yes, no one is comparable to Derrick Henry, they're a lot more comparable in their styles. I will say this: I'm surprised I haven't seen it in the chat, which almost makes me like it more. No disrespect to the chat. Also, there are concerns in the chat, particularly from Bagel and Locks, who have concerns about the Browns' defense. Bryson, is Jordan Mason not like?
Oh, dude!
Is that not free cheddar?
Bro, I forgot, dude. He's on the list. That's what like threw me off. Jordan Mason scored today.
Dude, Jordan Mason is now the lead. He already was the lead back and is playing a Bengals defense who might be the worst defense of all time, sans the Cowboys.
Stinky poo.
Stinky.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah. We might have cooked.
I like it. I almost like it too much, man. I almost like it too much.
We did something here. I don't know what we did, but we did something.
Can we? Dude, it's so good. Can we make a pact here before we read this thing off and move on? I almost feel like this has to be make or break for us with Trey McBride. And it's not like a win the parlay situation. It's like a put him in the parlay situation, you know?
Yeah. No, 100%. It's like, bro's got to step up. He's not delivering. We're doing all the work.
And dude, I can't be in another situation with Trey McBride where we're like, you know, like he's killing our parlay. And again, it's like, I don't know, man. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'll say that.
I don't remember which week it was last year, but there was a week that I was getting my hair cut during the afternoon slate, and we needed Trey McBride to win our parlay. And my barber had the game on, and I told him that I was going to win like 4 racks with Trey McBride scored. And then I'm pretty sure that's the game Trey McBride had like a drop in the end zone or whatever. And it's like that brother brought me to my knees last year, man, and like not in a good way. And I need bro to deliver.
We do
deliver.
We do. People are asking for James Conner over Trey McBride. For those people, you must be new to the show this year. We are Trey McBride guys. G. Smith jumped in here. Facts. We're also G. Smith guys. We need to ride this one out. This might be our last ride with Trey McBride if he doesn't deliver for us. So this is the parlay. I'll take off the control. I'll take off the control F so we don't have to see that. This is the anytime touchdown parlay today for week 3. It is Mike Evans to get in the box for the first time this season. Jake Ferguson to score for the first time this season for the Dallas Cowboys in Chicago. Trey McBride to get in the end zone also for the first time this season for the Arizona Cardinals against the San Francisco 49ers. And then to close things out, Jordan Mason against the Bengals. 4 legs, 47-1. If you like it, go over to DraftKings. Use a little promo, use a little boost, use a little ghost leg. Do what you want to do with it. Go over to DraftKings, tail it, build your own, whatever it is. Best place to bet touchdowns, DraftKings Sportsbook. There you go. That is our anytime touchdown leg for today. Okay, Bryson. We've done that. I think we won. But before we get to our best bets, let's take a look at the public betting warning. I unfortunately know that my favorite team is damn near the top of this list, and they are the thumbnail.
No, this is near. This is near. This is when you use the word near, Ryan.
Yeah, they are the top of the list. 82% of bets on Cowboys -1.5. The rest of the public on Chargers -2.5, Falcons -5.5 against the Carolina Panthers, Seahawks -7.5, and the Packers -8.5 against the Cleveland Browns. Do we want to just talk about this Cowboys game real quick? I feel like neither of us, unless the Bears are one of your best bets, are they?
They're not one of my best bets because I don't give out sides, but the Bears are like going to win. Like, I feel very strongly about that.
let's talk about that for a second then, because this is the line has moved on them. You realize that, correct?
Yeah.
Moved against them.
Yep.
And it don't matter.
I mean, bro, you guys should have lost to the Giants.
I'm fully aware of that. I just think this is what I'll say. This game, I think, is going to be a lot on Caleb Williams. And I have yet to see Caleb Williams take over a game in the NFL where you can walk away from it and being like the Bears won that game because of Caleb Williams. I think the Cowboys offense is too good to be stopped by the Bears. I think Dak Prescott is playing at an unbelievable level right now. And DeAndre Swift is banged up. And Ben Johnson so far this year, believe it or not, has not given another carry outside of maybe one to Kyle Monangai to a different Bears running back. So Roschon Johnson hasn't touched the ball. I know he's been injured, but he came back last week. Was active, was healthy, didn't get a touch. Again, Kyle Monangai, one touch. Has not seen much outside of that. So it's like they're going to be throwing the ball today. And again, the Cowboys defense has been terrible against the pass, but like, I think this game is more 50-50 than people are giving it credit for, which is maybe why the line is what it is.
Well, I'm curious. You saying anything that with like them people are giving it credit for? 82% of people think the Cowboys are going to win today.
Yeah, you're right.
That's not good for you. That's not good for you.
That is a good point.
I my take is two things. Luther Burden going to cook today.
Probably.
Second thing is that I just like I'm a big Ben Johnson guy. I think he's one of the greatest play callers in NFL history. I think it's not fair to cross. Yes, I think it's not fair to cross compare him to like people because I think this game of football has like changed a lot, and like I think I kind of compare it to chess. I think they're playing chess now basically, and I think that the game has evolved to a point where Ben Johnson can be way better than others, despite the multitude of factors. But it's like I just think he's gonna cook today, dude. And mind you, I think the Cowboys probably will be able to score. So it's like we could have Giants. I mean, I'd be down for Giants Cowboys all over again. Like that was fun. I enjoyed that game.
That was a blast. Now, do I think Brandon Aubrey can kick 65 yards in the Chicago wind? I don't know, but or on regular
Brandon
grass.
Aubrey can do anything. Brandon Aubrey can do anything.
That is true.
That is true. Yeah.
I'd be down for that. I would be down for that type of game as well. As a Cowboys fan, preferably same outcome. People also forget before we get to our best bets here. Ben Johnson absolutely slaughtered the Cowboys last year when the Lions played against them. Obviously, I'm aware of different weapons. Yeah, dude. I mean, like cooked them up, diced them up, tossed them in the pot, and just stirred them around for the good 60 seconds or 60 minutes. Sorry. So. Yeah. All right, Bryson. That's enough of the Cowboys getting beat down today. What is your first best bet of the day?
Well, we already talked about it. Tez Johnson, anytime touchdown.
It's nuts that you do this with your best bets. I'll say that. You know that. I feel like you know what you're doing.
I think the people like my best bets.
I'm not saying people don't like your best bets. I'm just saying.
Why don't you ask the chat they like my best bets? Why, Tez Johnson, I think he's scoring. Okay. Ryan, as we've talked about numerous times, 1 unit bettors are up $1 billion tailing my best bets. People forget, give up Panthers first quarter money line against the Eagles.
You will bring that up to the and the fact that we had a 65-1 lay, you'll bring that up to the end of time. To the end of time, as you should, though. As you should.
Ryan, the Eagles won the Super Bowl last year. And I beat them in the first quarter.
You did. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying if Tez Johnson sees one target today and he doesn't score, we're gonna have a conversation next week.
Yeah, we will be having a conversation. Trust me, we will be having a conversation. Your turn.
G. Smith said, "Can't believe I was late to the show. I forgot about it. I'm on the golf course right now." G. Smith being on the golf course watching the boys. I love that.
That's sick. That
is awesome. Waldman, Caleb has led some covers, though, maybe not wins. I agree with that. The problem for that argument today is they are 1.5-point dogs. So, again, while if you like the Bears, you should probably bet plus 1.5. I feel like this is going to be They're going to need to win the game. Now, you also can't go 0-3. I think there's going to be some wild questions thrown around in Chicago if they start out 0-3 and they don't look good today. So this is very much a must-win for the Bears.
Agreed.
Is Javonte Williams chalk for anytime touchdown from Devil Dog USMC? Also, Devil Dog USMC. Good to see you again, brother. Do you think? I don't think Javonte Williams is chalk.
I think it's a good pick. I think people, I've talked about this on the show many times, but people get enamored by wide receivers and quarterbacks, and it's like people forget running backs be scoring, bro. People be handing the ball off. It's like inside the 5-yard line, you're like almost guaranteed one handoff, and so it's like, will they score? And it's like if they gain 4 yards and they're at the 1, they're probably going to hand it off again. And I think everyone's CD, Ferguson, Pickens, Dak, they're going to throw the ball. And it's like no, they hand the ball off a lot.
Yes, they do. Now, I will say, don't be slandering Jake Ferguson and put him in the anytime TD leg. But, yes, the Cowboys are no stranger to being at the 6-yard line handing the ball off. So you can score from there, too. Also, we've made the point before as well. They don't push that tush. There's no QB sneak in Dallas. So there you have that going for you as well. Again, not saying that's a lock by any means. But, again, I think it's a good play. Okay, let's get to my best bet.
Are you seeing that?
I see it, dude. I see it because everyone in the chat's running. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. I will say this is my favorite best bet. This is my favorite bet of the day. My best bet. Titans plus 5.5. I think this is a phenomenal time to start to fade the Colts. I'm not saying the Colts are not a good football team. And I'm not saying that Daniel Jones in this game in particular is going to start crashing down to earth. I will say that you are getting the Colts at the highest price point humanly possible based on the last 2 weeks. And the Titans are not that bad of a football team. They're not a good football team by any stretch of the imagination, but they play the brand of football that's going to kind of keep them in it week by week, quarter by quarter. Tony Pollard, I like the way that they use him out of that backfield. Do I think they could use Tajay Spears to do it? And then we have Bryson coming in here every week saying Tajay Spears over 1.5 receptions, and we all get rich. Yes, I would like that. But I don't think this Titans team is all that bad. I think they're better than they're getting credit for. And I think 5.5 today is a really good spot in a divisional matchup against a Colts team that, again, I think is slightly overrated based on how they're being priced here.
No, I don't disagree. I'm decently high on the Titans abilities offensively, at least. That touchdown Cam Ward threw last week to Io Manor was nuts.
Yes.
I just think it's getting things, and I agree with the idea that it's like Colts, Daniel Jones, are they actually that good? Probably not. And so you get 5.5 here. I can get behind it.
Yes. KB 225 dropped 2 things. Houston plus 1.5. He also said Pollard longest rush over 13.5 is a good play also. I don't hate it. I will say Tony Pollard so far to start the season though has been the king of 3.8 yards per carry. So there's that. He's been getting a lot of volume again because there's nobody else in that backfield, but he's not really breaking that long run. But we've seen plenty of long runs from Tony Pollard in his career so far, so I don't necessarily hate it. Wentz interception has to be the biggest lock of the day, also from KB225. And Cameron said betting against Danny Dimes is a bad idea. Again, that concept has only become a bad idea in the past 2 weeks. So I don't know. I don't know how that's a bad idea.
Yeah, and I bet on it in the past 2 weeks. I am off the ship, and I am learning how to swim. That is where I'm at.
All right, what's your second best bet?
Brandon Aubrey's field goals. Last week, Ryan. Are you aware, Ryan? Last week, I came on this show. All right? I came on this show, and I said 2+, I said 3+, and I said 4+. And I said I wish they had 5+, because this mother trucker Aubrey be slamming home field goals. And now the price is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. Look at it.
173.
Yeah. But it's like, bro be hanging and banging, bro. It's like, with the new kickoff rules in the NFL, Brandon Aubrey is like a cheat code, bro. It's like the Cowboys are like legitimately 20 yards outside of field goal range off the kickoff. That is insane.
I will also say too, and you'll like this. I could not help but think of you throughout the end of that Cowboys game, because I have watched Cowboys football with you many times before, and you have said every single time, and it really hasn't been true back. It has always been true, I'll say this, but we've never been able to see it in action because the Cowboys coach was Mike McCarthy. But you have always said the Cowboys just have to get to midfield and they're in field goal range, and they literally did that last week. They were ready to settle for a 66-yard field goal in overtime last week until Dak Prescott scooted for 20 yards.
Yes. No, 100%, dude. It's like, dude, like, I mean, I have all my takes on kickers and this area, but it's like Brandon Aubrey, in my opinion, like 3 years will like not be special because I think there will be multiple Brandon Aubreys. But like for now, he's special. And it's like he is so, and it's like the real take, my biggest take is that honestly, for the first time, the NFL is like embracing kickers who are like athlete. Like, mind you, we've had some great punters and kickers, but it's like I always say nobody was good at football and decided they wanted to punt or kick. And I think that's a very fair statement. No one's like, oh, I'm a great quarterback, but I really want to kick field goals. And so it's like you've always leaned into these players who probably don't have all the intangibles that are needed for kicking is hard. And you need the same ability to resist pressure that quarterbacks do. And that's not easy to do. Like you got 70,000 guys, you got nincompoops in the end zone dressed up, painted their face, 55 years old, got face paint on, screaming at you.
People running full speed at you from the side.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, bro, I couldn't imagine if one of those guys hit my plant leg, I'd fall over and never be able to get up again. So it's like kicking is not easy. So it's like Brandon Aubrey is a very good, talented athlete that was very good at soccer, but not good enough. And like for me, I love Brandon. I will be betting Brandon Aubrey field goals. He's my fantasy kicker for a reason. Love this guy. To the end of time.
Ride it until the wheels fall off. I will say too, I turned on NFL Network this morning, and the Cowboys graphic that they tossed up. Who was it? It wasn't Dak Prescott. It wasn't CeeDee Lamb. Dude. It was Brandon Aubrey. So you are right. They are.
Dude, we tweeted out. Do you see our tweet last week? We tweeted out Logan's idea. Shut up, big on lock. It was like if somebody gave you like 1,000 to 1 odds on Brandon Aubrey, would you bet it to win MVP? Sorry, that's a good Brandon Aubrey has like 7. I think he could win 7 games for you guys this year. Like it's like Brandon Aubrey makes 5 field goals. I know. I don't disagree with you, but it's like he should be in the conversation. He should be in the conversation.
I know. And I will say the NFL has embraced kickers, but we've now spent 4 minutes talking about kicker. I feel like that might be 3 minutes too long. I know. I will say my second best bet is also from this game. Caleb Williams, 230 plus passing yards. He has not gotten it this year quite yet, but I will say this. There is no way I see this game going in a direction of Caleb Williams not needing to throw for 230 passing yards. I think the Cowboys offense is going to put pressure on that defense. And like I mentioned at the top of the show, DeAndre Swift is banged up. He is expected to play today, but a hamstring, quad, a multitude of things. I think this Bears offense is going to have to throw. Now, who are they throwing it to? Also, does DJ Moore now get carries out of the backfield? He's gotten a few so far. I don't know. Roma Dunze has had a great start to his season, but I think 230 passing yards, I think he will clear this. I would go up to if you really wanted to get risky, I would go up to 280 at plus 260. But the line, I think the flat line is 233.5. We have the same game parlay it because we've got Brandon Aubrey in here. But 230 plus minus 124. I think this is a nice spot for Caleb Williams.
Agreed. Are you ready for my last bet?
All right, give me your last one.
Russell Wilson. Yeet. Longest yeet. Over.
Oh, do you know the number or are you just...
don't care.
Okay. Yeah, I mean...
Bro yeeting.
I will...
Russell Wilson
say,
yeets.
Russ I will
yeets.
say that the Russ Moonball is back. Very much back.
It's got to be on there somewhere, bro. Type in longest.
I know. I typed in longest. It wasn't there.
Well, that's brutal. Did they know?
Brutal.
They know it hit already. Well,
Yeah.
you want to take? I got something else.
The computer is thing. Go ahead.
Wan'Dale Robinson to catch a pass first drive. No, that's first drive props, brother. First drive props.
It's that we're only in week 3.
3 years, folks. 3 years, folks. Oh my God, Ribby is one ST, one ST drive. There we go. One ST drive.
Oh, there we go. All right.
On the right. You have to scroll right. Yeah, you got to scroll right.
I'm moving.
Oh my gosh.
You're asking me to do things that are just not.
Bro, do you not have first drive props? Where's this computer?
I don't know.
All my best bets aren't bettable on this computer. I bet them already. That's not it. That's not it, though. Ribby, that's not it. It's not sure. I'm settled. I'm going back. Russell Wilson, longest yeet. Don't care the yards. 39, 400, anything in between. Longest yeet over. Chiefs are getting yeeted on today. Believe that.
Like I mentioned before, Russ Moonballs appear to be back. It also helps that he has Malik Neighbors, who is a bona fide top 5-7 receiver in the league. So that helps. I will say last one here for me. Not the most confident in regards to the first two, but I still really like it. Rams plus 3.5. I mentioned it earlier when we were talking about this game. I feel like that front seven has gotten significantly better. And a mix of using draft picks and also a mix of developing the guys that they already have. Jared Verse, an absolute monster up there. I think they're going to do a better job stuffing the run today. And also, like we've mentioned before, the Eagles just have no interest in throwing the ball. That helps them. Their weakness is their secondary. If the Eagles aren't going to throw the ball, and if Jalen Hurts is not throwing the ball well, that plays the Rams' favor. The only thing I'll say about this that I don't love about the Rams is that Kyron Williams and that running game has struggled to start the year. If you're a team that gets ahead, what you want to be able to do is milk the clock and milk some time of possession. They're kind of currently unable to do that. And the Eagles front seven is also pretty good. So I think the running game is going to be a struggle for the Rams today, but I think they're a good team. I don't know if they're better than the Eagles, but I like 3.5 here in a revenge spot from the NFC divisional game last year. So Rams plus 3.5.
With it.
I will read the chat here before we get out of here. Bagel and Locks loves the Jets. That's a shocker to me. I can't believe the third year in a row Bagel and Locks has jumped in here yelling JETS Jets. Devil Dog USMC Bill getting in the end zone today. Parentheses Commanders. I know who you were talking about. I know who Bill is. I don't love the idea of betting Bill. I think last week we saw on Thursday Night Football that usage can kind of be, fluctuating. So not the greatest in the world.
Yep.
Bagel and Locks, fun fact, the kicker has won NFL MVP and a wide receiver still has not.
You saw this last chat message, right?
Yeah, I did. Rafael Menza. Oh man, I feel like that's a good one. That's a good one to end on. Dude on top does research. Dude down low does nothing. Dude down low.
Can I call timeout
for the show?
Can I call timeout? Yes or no?
Yeah.
The dude on top, anytime touchdown parlays said that Jake Ferguson's fiance called him this morning and said he wrote down for $4 That was after I gave the explanation of George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Smokes.
That was just a cherry on top.
Holy smokes.
By the way, we mentioned earlier that Bagel and Locks, if we take it, it'll lose. If we don't take it, it'll hit. Somebody who has been tried and true for us has been Mike Ritter, and we haven't seen him in this chat. He did just get in here right before we wrapped and said, hello, JSN. Unfortunately, we already did the anytime TD lay. I will bet JSN on the side. Also, I think he's banged up, but also JSN is also one of those guys up there with CeeDee Lamb. Receptions, yards, near the top of the league, has not scored yet. So we'll see.
JSN is in Logie's roulette parlay. So That's cool.
So we need it. We need it. All right, Bryson, it was fun getting back on the saddle with you. Maybe the chat will realize a little bit less as the weeks go on that dude on top does research, dude on the bottom doesn't. That's a nuts way to start off this season, man.
Insane.
That is a nuts way to start the season. All right, for Bryson Stricker, I am Ryan Ribeiro. This was our NFL Week 3 Best Bet Show. We will catch you next Sunday at 11 a.m. But in the meantime, let's win some bets. Let's get rich today. This was fun. Catch y'all. Peace.